Did you ever wonder if a chainsaw could power a scooter? As a kid, I always dreamed of building something like this. I had an old cheap $70 chainsaw lying around that I never used anymore. So I thought, this thing's ancient anyway. Why not turn it into a badass scooter? And maybe a badass YouTube video too. Who knows, maybe it'll get a few million views. First, I made the big sprocket using my homemade lathe. I wanted to keep everything as simple and cheap as possible, so I reused the original clutch, bell, and chainsaw chain to drive the wheel. Then came the math. I calculated the ideal gear ratio based on the wheel diameter, 200 millimeters, the engine's RPM range, and my target speed. The engine's RPM is actually a bit too high for this setup. Because of space and size limitations, I couldn't get the perfect gear ratio, but it still slows the crankshaft down enough to be usable. More torque during takeoff would have been nice, maybe with a smaller wheel or an extra gear stage, but I didn't want to complicate things too much. This version still works fine. And before you ask, yes, it's rideable. I used it quite a lot at one point, hundreds of kilometers without any breakdowns. If I wasn't worried about the police, I'd still ride it today. Someone once posted a short video of this scooter on Facebook, and it got over 2.5 million views. So I figured, maybe there's some real potential here. I just need to re-edit the video and make it punchier. Maybe this version will hit 2.5 million too. By the way, this chainsaw is sold on the Romanian market for about $70. The one I used for this scooter already cut through tens of cubic meters of wood and still works perfectly. And now it powers a scooter too. It's been through a lot, but it still starts on the first pull. It's honestly insane that something this cheap from China can be so reliable and usable. For the steering neck, I used a 6/4 steel T-fitting. I machined the threads to fit bearings and used a 25mm shaft as the fork stem. Both the front and rear axles are made from 30mm steel rods, mounted from only one side. At first, I wasn't sure if this single-sided setup would be strong enough, so I reinforced everything with 5mm flat steel. I didn't hold back on using scrap metal. In fact, the entire build is made from scrap. The handlebars are old plumbing pipes, and most brackets and supports came from junk. Because in a workshop, every little piece of scrap steel has potential, so never throw anything away. I didn't test the top speed for safety reasons. I've seen enough fail army clips to know how bad scooter crashes can get. High speed plus small wheels is not a great combo, especially on crappy Hungarian roads. A single pothole can ruin your day, but based on my estimates, it should go around 70 kilometers per hour. Honestly, even at 35-40 kilometers per hour, it already feels terrifying to ride. This is actually a video I made last year, but the original version was way too long and slow, so no one watched it on YouTube. I didn't want all that work to go to waste, so I gave it a second chance with a fresh cut and narration. If you like homemade vehicles, workshop builds, lathes, or random scrap metal projects, check out my channel and browse my videos. Also, fun fact, I have a bet with a friend that if I reach 100K subscribers this year, I win a 2004 Opel Astra. It has over 500,000 kilometers on it and burns 0.2 liters of engine oil every 100 kilometers. It's basically my dream car, so please hit that subscribe button. At one point, I realized I had spent all my time making it go, but not enough on making it stop. So just before the test ride, I whipped up a super basic brake system using flat steel. It's primitive, but it actually works surprisingly well.